Hello and welcome to another AIC video. So hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad in this. Tons of wind today, but I didn't want to wait to make this video. So I just got my Jeep back from the shop. It's been there for 2 months and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So I am going to do a contest. What we're going to do is in the comment section of this video, comment your suggestion of what I should do to fix my Jeep, and we'll go over what it is doing or not doing, and what I've done already to fix it. So make sure you watch this video in full, because if somebody else recommends I disconnect my exhaust before the cat, I'm going to scream, because I've been recommended that 1,000 times and I have already disconnected the cat from on the exhaust. So it's not the cat. It's not the cat. It's not. All right. So basically what's happening, and I'll demonstrate this, the Jeep will not rev above 2,000 RPM. It hits some sort of cutoff. If it's a fuel, a spark, whatever, I don't know what it is, but it won't rev over 2,000 RPM. So the Jeep is undrivable. Things I did before I knew I had the problem, because I bought the Jeep, it had no brakes, right? None at all, and the suspension was completely collapsed, so every bump I went over, the tires scrubbed on the inner fender. It was terrible. So I couldn't drive the Jeep very far. So as far as I'm aware, I did not have this problem before I did any work on the Jeep, right? So, but just as part of fixing up everything, a few things I did. I put new 4-hole fuel injectors on there. I replaced the vacuum lines. I put new spark plugs on. I put a new fuel filter in. I put in a neutral safety switch. I did some work on the lights, a lift kit. You can see the housing here for the the thermostat. I replaced that obviously because it was leaking. And I've done other motor mounts. Has some new motor mounts. I've done some other just general body work on it. So, but none of that should have affected how the engine runs. The things I think I've done that could have had an effect are fuel injectors, vacuum lines, spark plugs, fuel filter. Then I finally got the lift kit installed and was able to drive it. I went to drive it, and that's when I realized I had the problem. Since then, I've replaced the fuel pump, the distributor cap, the spark plugs a second time, the fuel injectors a second time with a new set, the air filter housing there. I put in a new fuel filter again. It has a new map sensor, a new ECM or ECU, whatever you want to call it. It has a new map sensor. I said that idle air controller or throttle position sensor. I disconnected the exhaust before the catalytic converter, so that the way the catalytic converter is not part of it. I replaced the ignition coil, the ignition control module, the crankshaft position sensor. I believe that's everything I've done so far on it. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to grab my fuel pressure gauge, and I'm going to grab my engine, my Renix engine monitor, and we're going to turn it on. We're going to go through the numbers. We're going to rev it up. We're going to keep an eye on those numbers and just see what we're dealing with. And again, you make a suggestion of what I can do to repair this to get the engine to run properly. This is a contest. I will give you $500, period. If your suggestion is what fixes it, I will Venmo you, PayPal you, mail you a check, whatever you want. $500. It's a lot of money for a suggestion. So you want to be clear and detailed in your suggestion. What I'll do is if I see a suggestion, I will make a video of that suggestion. I'll say your name. They'll be in the title of the video. I'll make a video doing that repair and if it has any effect on it. And if you tell me to disconnect the exhaust before the cat, you are automatically disqualified. Period. Done. If I get a single comment, I'll just block you on the channel. I'm so sick of that. It's not the cat. Anyways, so let's go ahead. Like I said, I'll get my gauge and I'll get the engine monitor and reposition the camera and go from there. All right, so we have the engine running. We'll go through all the different values and numbers we have here. First being the fuel pressure. Hopefully you can see that. So it's sitting right at 31 psi. If I pull the vacuum line, it jumps up to 39. As far as I'm aware, that is the correct value it should be for this engine. If it's wrong, let me know, but I believe that is correct. All right, let me move this over so I can have this right side up. Okay, here's the engine management. So I know my RPMs are a little high. That's part of the problem, is RPMs are a little high. Makes me think it's a vacuum line issue or a vacuum issue somewhere. All right, so sitting about just shy of 1,000 RPM at idle. It's in neutral right now. It is in neutral. The alternator looks good, 13.9, 14 volts. O2 sensor. Now it's not swinging, but the engine is cold right now. It has been swinging once it warms up, but we'll keep an eye on that. It's lean. That's the air fuel at 16. And again, the engine's cold. Open loop. EGR is off. So that should be at 17, I believe, and it's kind of bounced between 17 and 18. We can fix that later. These are short trim, long trim. So the short trim should be changing. AC's off, obviously. That's the map sensor. If I pull the line off the map, it will stall out. Here's my vacuum. See, this is what makes me think I have, because I believe this is supposed to be like 18. This is what makes me think I have a vacuum leak somewhere. I just can't find it. There's our water temperature, so it's warming up. Now we're at 1,000 RPM. So let's go ahead. Rev it up a little bit. So you can see, I don't know if you saw that on the fuel pressure gauge, but it was jumping up like it's supposed to. So let's get this back to our RPMs. So yeah, if you need more information about what's going on, feel free to comment and ask questions. I'll do my best to answer those. I've gone through this now. But yeah, I think it's a vacuum problem. I just don't know where or how to find it, because I've sprayed throttle body cleaner all around it to no avail. I can't find it. And this is what happens after I try this. Now it's stuck at an even higher idle. Let me get back there. See, now we're almost 200 RPM above what we were. So that's my guess. It's some sort of vacuum issue. I just don't know where to even begin looking for that at this point. So again, any thoughts, suggestions? Let me turn off the engine. All right, so if you have a specific suggestion, detail it in the comment section down below. I will try it. If it works, I will give you $500, okay? Plain and simple, easy peasy. That's the deal. I don't know where to go from here. The shop couldn't figure it out after 2 months of them having my Jeep. I'm just at a complete loss. So if you can help me fix this problem so that I can drive my Jeep, please do. I will provide as much information to you as possible if you ask for it, and I will credit to whomever gives a suggestion. I will make a video of me doing whatever it is that you suggest and then trying it, and I will title the video with your username in there, and if it works, I will give you money. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a better day than me.